Hey everyone, today I just wanted to do a quick demo on cleaning makeup brushes. So that's any brushes, whether it's these big kind of fluffy ones or you want to do your eyeshadow, whatever. Um, Either use it on these kind of little squidgy brush ones. So I wanted to show you a few different alternatives. There are a lot of products on the market that are specific for cleaning makeup brushes. You don't necessarily need to use those. So one that I have is this one. I got this from Mecca. This is a specific makeup brush cleaner, and it's quite expensive. But like I said, you don't really need to spend the money on that. So if you need to save yourself a few dollars, don't worry about getting this. A few alternatives, depending on what you have lying around the house. You could use cleaners, you could use dishwashing detergent. So normally what I would go for is, it's just a Coles dishwashing liquid. It works as well as just about anything else. Other alternatives, if you just have like a general all-purpose cleaner, so this is a Nutrimetics one. So you could use a little bit of that. I would probably mix it in, make a bit of a solution in a spray bottle or something for that. Just to make it a little bit easier to spray on the brushes. The thing I actually really like about this one is that it does have a spray bottle. The thing about the store-bought ones, of course, as well, is that they will dry a lot faster. I think they have alcohol. Yeah, it's got alcohol in it, so they'll dry a lot quicker than using any of your other kind of methods, so you do need to leave them for a day or two. So always make sure you maybe have some backup brushes, or maybe it's the weekend, don't need to use the makeup. Another couple of alternatives, just using wipes. If you prefer to use wipes, you could use something like this, which is just a Nutrimetics all-purpose cleaner. The only thing with that though is that you will go through a hell of a lot of wipes using something like this. So again, if you're trying to save a few dollars, you're probably better off going for the all-purpose cleaner or for something like dishwashing liquid. If you were on the go, say, maybe you were going away for a couple of days and just needed to give them a bit of a scrub just to sort of clean off any of the excess and then use them again. Or for me, if I was doing a makeup demonstration on a lady, I might use something like a makeup wipe. They're sort of really handy to have around. You can get sort of most of the excess off of it, but makeup wipes, they don't remove all makeup, either on makeup brushes or on your face. You still need to cleanse and that sort of thing when you get home, just to make sure you get all of it that maybe gets, like stuck down in there. You'll still need to clean all of that properly, but at least you'll be able to reuse the brushes, so it's really good, really handy to have those there if you're on the go. So what I'll do now is I'll just give you a quick demo of how I like to clean my brushes. I'll do some with this one just because it's so quick and so easy. So when you're paying the price for something like this, it really does have that ease, especially with the spray bottle there, and the fact that it dries so quickly as well. But I will demo how to use the other products as well, just so you get an idea of what that's like too. The thing that I recommend having handy is an old rag, because you want something to wipe off the brushes as you're going. You will be rinsing them, but you do want to sort of dab them as well, just to sort of see if there's anything else still coming out. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm just here in my bathroom. The first product that I'm going to use is this one. So I don't tend to need to wash the brushes when I'm using this one, but because I'm just spraying, I prefer to spray it in the sink rather than maybe get it all over the floor. So what I'll do, I'll just start with one of these makeup brushes. What I want to do is just spray like that. There you go. And then you get your little rag, and then just work it all through the brush. You can see how much of all that is coming off of the brush. So it's just a matter of repeating that process until you find that there's nothing coming off. Sometimes that might mean a bit of a repeat. That looks pretty good now. that's the kit, and that brush will be ready for me to use again later today if I wanted to, and that's because of the alcohol that they put in that. Just sort of helps it dry off a lot quicker. One important thing when you're drying your brushes, don't put them down in anything like that, because otherwise you're going to dent the top of them. Either stand them up, something like this. That's where I store all of my makeup brushes, or just lay them down flat, that's fine as well. So the next one that I'll show you is just with the dishwashing liquid. So this one, I do use the towel a little bit, but it's more washing in the sink. So I will grab just another makeup brush, and what we will do is we'll just wet that one a little bit. The only thing with this one is that it can be really hard. I mean, you don't really want to get a lot of water up in there, because that's when they can start to go rusty. So that's the only thing with this, is that if you're going to, you know, do something that's a little bit cheaper for yourself, do keep in mind that, you know, sometimes the water and the product can make things go a little bit rusty. So all I've done there is I've just wet the brush, and I'm just going to put just a tiny little squirt on my hand. So just a very little bit. And then I'm going to get the brush, and I'm just going to start making little circles on the palm of my hand. So you just want to work that into a bit of a lather, so you can see on my hand if that's starting to become a bit of a lather on the brush there. Just like that. So I know that that's all being worked right into the brush now. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the tap on, and then just sort of dab that off in the water. And then what you kind of want to do is just give it a little squeeze, and then just see what colour that water is coming out at the top there. If it's coming out like a white or a bit of a clear colour, then you're probably right, and it's probably clean enough. If it's still a bit discoloured, then you can just repeat with the detergent over again until it is coming up clean. That looks pretty good. So I'll just grab the cloth and just wipe that off again, just to double check. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. And again, I'll just pop that one over to the side to dry a little bit. So I'll show you one of the wipes now. We'll get out the NutriClean ones from Nutrimetics. So the thing with wipes, of course, is that you will need a few more than what you would. So I personally probably wouldn't use the wipes unless I was on the road or something like that. Otherwise, I'd just go through so many, because I do my makeup every day, obviously. And would just use, yeah, it would cost me a lot of money. So for me, I think once I've finished that little bottle, I'll probably just go back to something like the dishwashing liquid, or even the liquid cleaning stuff of this. So all I've got here is just one of my little sample brushes that I use for Nutrimetics. So you can see it's all coated on the end there with eyeshadow. So all I'm going to do is just try and wipe all of that off on the cloth. And that's just all I'm doing there, is just sort of trying to work my fingers in and around all of the bristles. They are only cheap, so if you pull too hard, then you probably end up ripping out a few of the bristles, but they're only demonstration ones, so it doesn't matter too much. Just keep going around and doing that until it looks pretty clean. So you can't see too much coming off on the cloth there anymore. So that looks pretty good. But if I was to do that and say, let's go with my big brush. This is my fat brush that I use to do all of my face powder. So there's a lot of makeup that's coming off on that. So I don't know how well you can see that on the video. That discoloration on the cloth is all from this brush, and I'm not convinced that because the brush is so thick and fluffy that this cleaning cloth would be able to get everything off, but like I said, if you're on the go, it would probably just be sufficient to get you through into your home to give them a good clean. So quite a bit of discoloration on that. So there you go, quick tutorial on how to clean your makeup brushes, and remembering that we don't want to store them downwards like that, because all you're going to do is just flatten out that brush into a weird shape. You either want to store them upright or just lay them flat. I usually lay them flat with maybe a little bit of the end hanging off. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. If there's any other demos for stuff like this that you'd like to see, just let me know. All right, bye.